Strap in and strap on, folks, because we have a doozy of an episode. Welcome to Bothering the Band. My name is Ryan Bynack. With me, as always, Abigail and Levy. And we have a fantastic episode with Davey Muise of the band Hematite. He is also a photographer. He loves Seinfeld. This episode is great. Just listen up. Converse and Toe Rings. See you later. Ladies and gentlemen, Bothering the Band with Dave Muise of Hematite. David?
I'm here, but oh
man, what's up? Are you in the automobile?
I'm in my automobile. Yeah, I had to do a bunch of stuff with my wife. We just bought a house, so man, they don't tell you, or maybe they do tell you, but there's a lot of stuff to do when you get a house, and I feel like it's every single day. So
yeah, I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about this, but I know someone in the same process, and they are in the thick of it. Let's say.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's weird. It's like every Saturday I go to Home Depot, which is awesome, but yeah, it's a weird thing.
What a trooper.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I'm like, I already knew a lot of touring most of my life. I had to learn how to do like odd jobs and, drywall, roofing, a little bit of electrical I got into, a little carpentry, a little bit of everything so you can get jobs when you're at home. But now I just kind of like know how to build almost everything to like a medium status. I did replace an outlet in my house for my wife, and I felt like a fucking contractor when I did that. So
see, that would be a little dicey for me. I've replaced lights, so you have to do the electrics a tiny bit. So I assume it's not. Is it much different than that?
Yeah. So I mean, as long as you shut your power off from your panel box, you're like kind of golden to like. It took me 4 tries to get the wiring right, because in our house, the wires, we're like, there's 2 white wires and 2 black wires. There's 2 black wires, a white wire, and was like a beige wire, and then 2 other wires. So I had to go to. I'm a many-time graduate of YouTube University. I took some classes and got some of the professor's notes, and then I did it. So yeah, I was done. So now my wife can have her office all set up. It was the only room in our house that didn't have 3 prongs, so I had to like convert it over. So those damn pesky old houses.
I like YouTube University. That's fun. Welcome to Bothering the Band.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. I appreciate it. Where is this? This is audio, right? Just for the podcast.
Yeah.
I've only listened to the podcast, never seen anything. So
yeah, we only release audio because I'm real ugly, and
well, for everyone listening, just assume that we're super good looking and we look great today. So I mean, you do look great today. You look, we got a similar hat and goatee vibe going right now. So
yeah, totally. Does your hat say strap on?
It says snap on. Wow.
I was hoping
imagine if it did. That'd be funny. I'd probably wear that hat too. No, it's like Snap-on's like an old tool brand. So I have a couple Snap-on hats and shirts and such. Whoa, I just looked up. Now you're a girl. Wow, that was crazy. Wow, what a switch.
Oh. Well, he's on a phone, so he's only gonna see.
Hold on.
You're only gonna see one at a time because you're on a telephone.
I don't know if you can change it, but yeah, yours is going to go back and forth. Hi, I'm Abby.
Hi, Abby. Oh, pleasure. We were just talking about how this is only audio, but what a shame because we all look so good. What a shame.
Man. So you didn't even know she was on. That's real funny.
No, because then she spoke because you did this thing. And I was like, well, I'm assuming that's, another person. And then she spoke and I was like, wow, there she is. So great to be here with both of you.
Yeah, dude, we're pretty stoked to have you, man. We got a lot of dumb questions. You said you listened to 1 or 2, right?
I listened to a couple. Yeah, I always listen to the podcast I'm going to be on just to check it out. What was the last episode that I just listened to? Fred Armisen.
Oh, nice. Yeah. It was great.
Yeah, he was great. What a great interview that guy is. You guys, it was awesome. And it's funny. I'm in Portland, so a little Portlandia connection there with me and Fred there. So.
Oh yeah. So as a Portland resident, do you find that the show was true? Because I've been to Portland and spent a lot of time there, and it to me, as a visitor, hit pretty hard. But then again,
let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. I am not originally from Oregon, but I have dubbed myself an Oregonian now. I love it here. It really feels like it's everything that I've searched for in my life. I'm from Boston, so I'm going to be real Boston and judgmental about this right now. When I first moved here, I loved that show. I've always loved Portland. I've toured here for, God, 10, 15 years I've been coming here. And this is always like a great place where you can kind of like be free, kick back to your thing, smoke a bunch of weed. That's everywhere now, but, especially over here. There's several times a day that I'm standing in a place and I'm like, am I in a fucking skit right now? This is a bit, right? Correct? This is a bit. This is a put a bird on it bit. This is like, they nailed those people so heavy that I can now, being here, there's a couple places where I'm like, I actually know for sure the people that they're trying to emulate in this bookstore or in this scenario. Like, yeah, 100%. They nail it. And then friends come here and it happens to them. But people that are from here are like, the show is nothing like the town. And I'm like, do you know what town you live in? It's for sure that way. So yeah, it lives up to its hijinks, I think.
Oh man, I love the program. Again, spending time there, it hit hard. So
yeah, it's for sure a wacky place to be, but it's also a beautiful place. Oregon's amazing. I moved here for the land, not the people. So the people are funny sometimes, but I really love living out here. You got the coast, you got the desert, you got rainforest, you got so many things within 20 minutes to a couple hours of living here. So it's a great place to be.
So you and Andrew are in a long distance relationship.
Yeah, we are. We are in a long distance relationship. Lots of FaceTimes, lots of sexting and photographs and such. No, yeah. So yeah, Andrew's
lots of dick pics.
Yeah, surely with the two of us.
Emojis.
Yep. Yeah, Andrew's in Nashville. And he loves Portland. He visits over here pretty regularly. And yeah, so Andrew's over there. And then I'm here, and then the live band that we have is over here as well. And yeah, Andrew's he's a Southern boy, and he's living in Nashville doing the Nashville thing. He's actually on tour right now, which is why we're just solo dolo me. He's on tour with Maddie and Tay. He plays guitar for Maddie and Tay, big country act. So he's out there doing his thing, and we're loving him for that. And yeah, I miss the guy, man. It's been a minute since I've gotten the chance to see him. It's funny, we did this whole record coast to coast, like not in the same room one time. We made this whole record, so we gotta love technology. It's like the best thing.
You're not the first person to say this to us. Between them and their bandmates or them and their producers.
Sure.
Yeah, especially during the pandemic. This wouldn't be possible before the pandemic. This was a pandemic project, whatever you want to say, that we just,
cool. Okay, yeah.
We love. And the other thing I was going to say is, we got to hit up Andrew to tell him to come hang out with us. We're doing a show in Nashville next month. We're doing a live one of these.
Send our PR agent the dates or whatever, and I'll make sure that Andrew's out there. Maybe Andrew can do like a little live thing and sit in and hang out with you guys. It'd be cool.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see what's what. It's at City Winery. It's going to be a fun show. If anything, he can come hang out and in the green room and have my drink tickets.
Boom. He loves drink tickets. So that's great. That works out great.
He loves drink tickets.
He loves drink tickets. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So how do you guys describe your music that you make? It's very.
Yeah. I always feel like I can't say it in a 2-word thing. I'm always like, it's always a sentence. It's always something. Like Johnny Cash and Trent Reznor took a road trip, and Depeche Mode was there getting stoned or something like that. It's kind of how I've been saying things. It's got a cool, I kind of wanted to do some like Western stuff and country stuff. I grew up on all sorts of stuff with my mom and my dad, and my mom being a singer, and a lot of country folk stuff that I actually kind of hated when I was a kid. And then I kind of learned to love and appreciate it, and the storytelling of it. And, I kind of wanted to do this like kind of Western thing for a while. I had this thing brewing in my head of like, what if we combined like some Western music and some kind of darkness and synth pads of like 9 Inch Nails, and obviously when you come from heavy music, like Andrew and I both do, our backgrounds, there's going to be some sort of something there anyways. It's funny. It's even when you see like a live band of like a country guy or a pop guy, you can kind of like squint your eyes and look and see who used to be like in a metal band, be like, that drummer used to be in a metal band, that bass, you know what I mean? Just sort of kind of the way you play and stuff. So I really think that, combining all of those things, it just kind of came up with this, like, I don't know, Gotham Western rock. I don't really know what it is. I don't know. And I kind of like that because almost everything I've ever done has been able to be like, oh, it's this. You can pinpoint it.
Yeah.
Everybody tells me something different when they hear it, which is very cool to me, that everyone kind of gets their own vibe depending on what they've listened to in their life and grew up with their parents on and stuff. So it's an interesting mix of stuff. It's hard when you're trying to put it onto Spotify and Apple Music and trying to write categories because you're like, what does this best fit under? I'm not sure.
Latin.
So, Latin dance.
Latin comedy.
That would be Latin music's like the biggest music in the entire world. So that would be
you should just tag yourself under that. Maybe you'll get some Pitbull runoff.
I would love Pitbull runoff. I would absolutely love
Bad Bunny
running. Bad Bunny running. I'm gonna say right now that Bad Bunny has a chokehold on everybody. I just watched him doing cars, singing in cars with celebrities, that James Corden or whatever about that guy. But,
singing in cars with celebrities.
Sure, but Bad Bunny was on it, and what an adorable human being, the best guy. I think he's great. So yeah, sure, I'll take Bad Bunny runoff. I'll go on tour with Bad Bunny. This project will do anything with anyone. I don't really care. I kind of lived by rules for too long, so this is just something to be fun. So Bad Bunny, let's do this.
Okay, let's ask a real stupid question. Ready? Because you mentioned Johnny Cash, 9 Inch Nails, and Depeche Mode.
Sure.
Fuck, marry, kill, 9 Inch Nails, Johnny Cash, Depeche Mode.
Oh, you fuck 9 Inch Nails.
I'm with you.
You fuck 9 Inch Nails.
Like an animal.
Boom. Come on now.
And that's our podcast, folks.
You know what I've noticed, Abby, that on the podcast, Ryan talks the most, but you get your one-liners are gold. They're golden. They're great. I really big fan.
Thank you.
So you fuck 9 Inch Nails like an animal. I think maybe then you marry Johnny Cash, right? Like you just become June and marry Johnny Cash, and that's it. And then I guess you killed Depeche. You killed Depeche Mode. They've already written the music. I got what I wanted out of them. We're done. Does that make sense?
100% it does. Cool. And I'm just giggling. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Next question. Do you currently, or have you used the word tight? Like, that shit's tight, dude.
Constantly, all the time. Literally all the time.
We saved some really dumb ones for you, by the way. We were like, according to Tori, she was like, you can go hard. So
go hard. Tori
we got some real dumb ones.
It's cool that Hematite has the word tight in it, because at band practice we say like tight. And I think maybe we're on the dawn of saying you come in a tight practice. Like I think we're on the precipice of just calling it tight, sort of. So,
I bet you that practice is super tight. I bet you the tunes are tight.
So tight. A tight hang.
Tight hang.
We practice at a venue that me and our bass player own. So it's everything about it's tight, dude. You want a tequila? Tight. We got it.
Dude, that's so tight.
Yeah, so tight. Okay.
What's the hem on your jeans like? Is it hipster high? Is it baggy?
We're talking this. We're talking
going socks.
Oh, but there's always socks. I go high socks. High socks. I got the white socks, 2 black stripes. That's my MO normally. I got some other colors in there, but that's my MO. I wear mostly high tops. So boots are like, Nike Blazers, Vans, high tops, whatever. So I go, if this is my foot, right?
Yeah.
I go down to like just about here, and then I fold it one time. I do one fold. I'm a one fold guy. I'm only 5'7". So short king in the house, and I gotta get the respectful fold. I do have a Russian tailor that so I mostly just like buy all my stuff secondhand. And I got a bunch of great Levi's, but I don't let the fact that there's a bunch of 6'1" human beings in the world stop me. So I got a tailor who's cut them, given me the hem, and then I do the pop fold. So all of them uniform, looking like that. That's a good question. That's not a dumb question. That is maybe one of the best questions I've ever answered.
You got such a specific answer too. It was perfect.
Right. I know. That's what I'm saying. That question was, I've been doing interviews for like 15 years, and that was like my favorite question I think I've ever gotten asked. Thank you. That was great.
Well, man, I should have saved that for the last one.
I bet you got plenty more singers coming.
Yes. Including this one, which I needed one more today. And I asked my daughter, and she said, ask him if he knows what you mean when I say Lady in the Tramp food.
Yeah, like food that like if you share, you end up like kissing the other person.
But a specific like food. Do you know what it is?
Spaghetti?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
Of course. Yeah, dude. I used to do that stupid thing. Yeah, dude. Yeah, of course. How old's your daughter?
She's 8.
Great age. Great. That question makes sense. Also, way to go for introducing her to a classic. That's great.
Yeah, dude. Of course. She did the intro music to the pod. So that guitar.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Very nice. Cool. That's awesome.
And she has great questions. This is, here we go. Have you ever met a Trisha that can dance? Can dance.
I've met a Patricia. Not a dancer, though. Not a dancer.
Okay, new theory.
Okay.
Trishas can't dance.
Trisha. Oh, because have you asked this before and you've never met a Trisha that can dance?
No.
Yeah, the Patricia I knew was 80 something, never seen her dance.
Yeah. Even if you could go Patricia or just Trisha, like Tri.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Trisha. I've never known a Trisha though.
Abby, do you know a Trisha?
No, but it does sound like you would find those at a strip club on a pole somewhere. So
Trisha, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I'm sure if we frequented those establishments, we would have all met a Trisha by now.
Well, I mean,
we're nice, good kids that don't do
Portland.
that.
I live in Portland, man. Yeah, you got them a dime a dozen, best in the state, cream of the crop. So I don't know if I know any Trishas though, but I know some good ones here, but I don't know if I know any Trishas. Yeah.
There, one of our other episodes, there's a guy named Dana Bowie who lives in Portland.
That's
we were talking about where he lives and stuff, and he was like, it's great. It's a pizza place, a strip club, and a weed place, like right on the corner.
Literally every corner, everywhere you go. Yeah. It's a pretty, like I said, it's a magical place to live. It's kind of everything you want. You know what I mean?
I will say this. You call the strip club something else? Like, didn't he have a different name for it?
I don't know.
I guess I call like, okay, I have friends that are dancers, and then I have friends that are like, no, I'm a fucking stripper. So I don't know. I got two. They're both, and I respect both their titles and both the grinds. I guess I don't know if they're different, but yeah, I know dancers and like sex worker performers, and then I know people who are like, I'm a fucking stripper. So I know both.
And one is like, I'm fucking Patricia, and that bitch is Trisha.
And that bitch over there is Trisha. No, for sure. Yeah, of course. Yeah. The duality of man, Patricia and Trisha.
Oh goodness, we're having a good time. Do you speak any other languages?
Not very well. My wife speaks French and Italian, and I was on a French thing for a while when she was living in Canada, and I was like basically staying there off tour. And I learned a little bit of French, enough to like read, get by, order some food, like be with my dumbass American touring brothers, and trying to take care of them at truck stops and stuff like that. I think that I'm just getting back into it now. I mean, I know I am. I like re-downloaded Duolingo, and I'm trying because my wife still speaks 3 languages and I only speak 1. So yeah, I gotta step it up. So I took Spanish in high school, which in retrospect I should have taken French instead, because then I maybe would have had a leg up on understanding what my in-laws are saying. And they're French Canadian, so they be screaming and saying crazy stuff and going in and out of English and French and all that kind of stuff. It's a very particular type of French too. So yeah, I got to get back up on there soon though. But it counts if my wife does. So
yeah, we'll count it. Totally.
Okay. Sweet.
Are you wearing any rings?
Not currently because I was just training. But yes, I normally wear a ring every day. I wear one ring every day. My father passed away about 1.5 years ago, and it's
man, so sorry.
That's all good. It's it's been a great journey and a life lesson, and I wear his ring just about every day. So when I don't have it on, I feel weird that I don't have it on. But I normally am a big ring guy. I got lots of rings. I think I grew up around a lot of like a lot of bikers and like hot rod guys. One side of my family were bikers, and the other side of my family were hot rod dudes. So I kind of grew up around like all that stuff. So the aesthetic of all that stuff is like, I got a Snap-on hat right now. You know what I mean? Like that, like motorcycle truck stuff.
I thought it was a strap-on hat, but
yeah, it's funny.
We got to make you a hat that says
I gotta make one. I gotta make one now. I can do that. I mean, that's what I do for a living, so I can do that.
Wait, two things. One, Abby grew up around bikers too. I don't know if she wears rings as well. I don't know if there's a connection.
Abby, you wearing rings and got tattoos? What's your deal?
Yes.
She wears those rings that are like way up here, though.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, like maybe the big ones, the double rings. I got friends that wear like the two sets of rings. Like
have you ever worn a toe ring?
Oh man, you're gonna be so upset with me, and it's gonna blow my entire.
Only if you say no.
I just heard Abby sigh, and she just lost all like respect for me as a guy.
No way, dude.
I wore.
That's
okay,
awesome.
here. Listen, I wore one for like 3 weeks at camp because I was dating a girl at camp, and she like gave me a matching one to hers. So I like wore it for 3 weeks. I made out with her. So whatever, bro. And I got home and the toe ring came flying off, and that was it.
Wait. I'm more upset about the camp.
Okay. What are you upset about? It was great. I was a camp kid, like up until then I was a counselor too. So
that's this is adorable, dude.
Yeah, this is when I was like 12-year-old love, man. We were swimming together and we kissed a bunch. It was cool. And I got a toe ring. I got a toe ring from her, but never
you got some smooches and a toe ring? That's so
dude, some
cool,
innocent, cool smooches.
I love a smooch.
A camp counselor caught us and they were like, hey, listen, 30 more seconds, you got to go back. I was like, damn. Yeah,
wow,
they let
30 seconds. Wow.
They let us smooch. It's funny, after that, we were too nervous, so we just talked, and I was like, all right, we should go back now. So yeah, toe ring. Yeah.
Smooching and toe rings. No judgment on toe rings here.
I appreciate the band.
We love it.
Preach.
I've never worn a toe ring. Do you wear them with closed-toed shoes?
I definitely put on my Converse when they were on. I actually, now we're talking about it, could remember it like kind of hurting in my sock, in my shoe. I kind of remember it. Like I remember that phantom pain in my toe right now. That's another good question. I really feel like you can judge a lot by, well, I mean, I feel like Abby could judge a lot by people that wear toe rings. And that's
think
I heard the scoff.
If we titled these episodes, this one would be titled Converse and Toe Rings.
Oh my God. Why don't you do that? Why don't you do the person's name and then like a quote below it? That'd be great.
It's a good idea, my man. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll take 5% of whatever you get off of that, by the way.
All right.
Yeah.
5% of 0.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take it. I'll put my name on it.
5% and like a random t-shirt that someone will send you.
Oh yeah, that would be cool, actually.
Yeah, we can send you a Bothering the Band shirt, dude.
I would love that.
What size shirt do you wear?
I'm a large.
Like a real large or like a baby large?
I'm
like a real large or a toe ring large?
Oh. I'm
or a Portland large.
I'm a real. Oh, what's a Portland large?
A Portland large is like, I don't know. No,
is a little out of shape and has a cocaine problem.
Yes, that one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I'm not that. I'm a regular large. I also like larges because I just like things to like the way that things like sit on my body and not too tight to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what I don't like about shirts is that they don't shrink much inward. They shrink upward.
Yeah. I wish you could like designate spots on it. You would be okay with shrinkage,
or just make sure it's like an inch longer.
Yeah. Because I like to get my tuck on too. I like a tucker shirt. I'm a big tucker.
You like the Tucker. All right.
Massive tuck. Yeah.
Massive
yeah,
Tucker.
suck my tuck, dude. I love the tuck. Love it. It's good stuff.
Welcome to this episode of Massive Tucker. What's your favorite television theme song?
Does Seinfeld have a theme song? It's kind of just a slap in the bass, really.
Well, we love it.
Also, it's that or very closely related, so HBO, it does like the psst, oh
yeah.
So what I hear in my head directly after that, no matter what television show I'm watching, is like psst, oh dun 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 dun, dun. It's Curb Your Enthusiasm. I hear that every time I hear, and me and my wife will just start singing that out loud. No matter what we're watching, Game of Thrones, who cares what it is? We just go right into that theme song.
Well, it's funny you say that. We're going to rip these up and just talk Seinfeld and Curb now.
Perfect. That's awesome. I can do that all day.
Fun fact.
Season next month.
Yes. New season
of
Curb. New season of Curb next month.
I know. Very excited. Very excited.
We reached out to Jonathan Wolf, who did the music for Seinfeld. Mm-hmm. And he's gotten back to us twice saying he can't. He's like, I'm not doing any press. So, but like once a year, we've asked him. Jonathan, shout out Jonathan Wolf. This is a good way for me to be like, hey, you came up in the last episode, will you do the pod? Because we are massive Seinfeld fans.
Huge.
And I don't know if you've ever read the book Seinfeldia. There's a whole chapter about the music, and
we've looked up a bunch of passages from it. Dude, something happened. Well, I mean, a couple of years ago, I don't know. I was like, hey, babe, she's Canadian. So granted, like there's a lot of things that she didn't experience growing up. It's almost like I stopped a long time ago being like, you've never seen, like, it's just, they don't have some of that stuff, or it just wasn't popular. So she had never like really fully experienced Seinfeld. So we just went season 1 and we looped it like probably like 5 or 6 times before we like moved on to something else. It was just, she loved it. She loved it that much. And we got, our best friend lives with us in our house, and we're all one of the main 4 characters at one time or another. We kind of like are very like, my sun is in Jerry, my moon is in Elaine, and my rising is George. You know what I mean? So, it became this like thing. And it's funny because, I didn't see a lot of people like, I had actually shown Seinfeld to a decent amount of people during that time, like COVID, whatever. And it's just like, it's back so hard. There's a couple TikToks where people like do newer episodes. They do like, like a minute episode. There's a bunch of couple Twitters and Instagrams that release like new scripts that would be like a
Gen Z, Seinfeld.
Here's it starts with like George is in a relationship. George in a relationship with a woman that he met on Tinder, but when he met her, he wasn't sure if it was actually her or he picked up someone new. Jerry's like, it has all these I'll forward it to you, dude. It's funny. And it's so funny because you can make that show at any time. Because number one, Seinfeld literally at no time not that I think that times change, right? And not that anyone has to go back and like apologize for like maybe things that wouldn't fly now, but they never did anything. Everything was so like respectful, cool, and whatever. And they talked about the episode, which I heard them on a podcast, Jason Richards on a podcast saying the masturbation episode was the biggest episode, like blew them up because people in real time were calling their friends going, you got to turn on NBC, because at the time there'd never been a show at primetime talking about masturbation, except they never ever said the word. They didn't say anything. It was all like these hints, and it became like, so they were really good at that. So you can do Seinfeld now, no problem. Just put in like Uber, Tinder, put in like Postmates, put in things that are like just relevant to now. And people are doing it everywhere. And I think it's so good. And you can never do a
What's the deal with gluten?
Exactly. That's probably one that I've even read about. So they'll never do a reboot, which is great. I don't think that show needs a reboot. I think the show is incredible. but I have heard rumors of an additional like final, like another episode. But I doubt it'll happen. And I love the final episode because it's like these people have learned nothing. They have not changed and they still don't fucking care. It's just like, it's great. It's the greatest like comfort show that's
and it
ever
ends
been.
with the same dialogue that it started with. The button. Yeah.
Yeah. And exactly. It just comes full circle to be like, this show truly was about nothing. They didn't learn anything. They are who they are. This is life. And you know, it is kind of, I didn't realize when I was a kid that they're the age that like I have been in the last couple of years, right? They're that age. And in my head, when I was a kid, they were like old. They were like old. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. And then realizing I'm like, oh, that's what being in your 30s is without children, like without kids. That's what's being in you. So yeah, I love that show. So
we talk about on this podcast probably food the most, and Seinfeld like second or third.
I knew you were a Seinfeld fan, so we're going to get along because I'd heard a couple of Seinfeld references in the other episodes I watched. So I actually couldn't wait to bring it up.
Okay. Do you work out? You said you were training.
Yeah. So I'm currently working out right now.
What does that mean? You running marathons? Are you boxing?
No,
Are you playing pickleball?
I'm in the gym right now, so I'm doing some weight training and some cardio. I'm basically training to lose and shed and get back down again. It's coming to be nice here, and I play tennis in the springtime.
Oh, nice.
So that training for that, and then also training for I missed signups this year because I moved, bought a house, all that kind of stuff. But I'm trying to play rugby for the city, and so I need to get my cardio way up there, and it'll help with tennis as well. So kind of just getting back into like shape again after this winter of wasn't really sitting around. It was actually being so busy that I just couldn't ever get in the gym. So we're back in, on a 6-week plan to get back to where we were. I also got into a car accident a couple of years ago, 2 years now. So I'm still doing physical therapy and all that kind of stuff. So life has been on a build for a while. So yeah, I'm just trying to work out. I'm also old, and you can't sit around and smoke weed and eat Skittles and not work out. I'm not gonna not do the first thing, so I'm gonna do the second thing so I can do the first thing.
Well, there's only one person I know who can do that and still be somewhat healthy, not dead. And that's our producer, her Abigail Ann Levy. She's probably eating a Kit Kat.
How do you do it? What's the secret? Is it genetics?
I work out. No.
I mean,
you want to talk about the 1,500 pounds of snow I moved yesterday when I climbed up on my roof last week and took down a bunch with my neighbor, thankfully, for help. How many times have I cleared my stairs and my porch this year? Oh my God. He just really wanted to set me off.
No, I wanted you to tell people about it. You need to get it off your chest. Everyone listening, Abby works hard for the podcast, so give it up. Send in your donations. She accepts leftover Halloween candy.
I got plenty of that.
I live in Wyoming, right on the Idaho border.
That's it, girl. You got that's Snowlandia. That's the whole thing right now. Beautiful place to be, but holy heck. Yeah, I'm from Boston, so I feel you. I've lived in New Hampshire and Maine, and done the power outage thing, and that's why I was like, I got to get out of here. Currently, my family back home is buried in snow right now, and I'm sitting in a parking lot. And it's like 55 degrees. Sorry, Abby.
It's different. That East Coast is different than where she's at. She's got like fucking above her head and shit.
Oh yeah. I've traveled out there in the wintertime. They close highways out there. That's something like
she almost didn't make it.
I almost did not make this interview because my road home was closed due to an avalanche.
Oh my good. Everyone do give it up right now in your car, in your home for Abby, because good Lord, you made it happen. I can't believe it.
Yeah, for real. This wouldn't be possible without her. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm like, this morning, I'm like, oh, I'm excited for it's 66 degrees. I need a cardigan sweater.
Are you in Florida? Are you in Florida?
Yeah, I'm in Florida.
Dude, yeah, I mean, Florida just always has got no, I mean, Florida, you got the beautiful weather, but in that beautiful weather, you are surrounded by Florida. So,
Yeah.
there's the downside. There's a downside there too.
Okay. What's the next question? Goldilocks and the Three Bears or Red Riding Hood?
Red Riding Hood, because ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this? Ready for this connection right to the band? We have a song called The Big Bad Wolf. So there's something about the aesthetic of the Goldilocks. And about the Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf story that I like it. I think I like that story a lot. You know what I mean? It's kind of badass. I recently saw a horror movie that it's not very good, but it's like a little Red Riding Hood in like a wolf scenario, and she has to kill the wolf. It's very strange. But I was hopeful for it. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. But yeah, no, that story's way better.
Okay. Follow-up question.
Okay. Yeah.
Follow-up question. Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah.
And that's why we asked. You made the connection.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. Mm-hmm. Or Three Little Pigs, which also has a big bad
wolf. That's right. Three Little Pigs is I feel like Three Little Pigs is such a good lesson story to tell children. And both of them I just think scare kids into not talking to strangers, maybe. Possibly that's what it is. I don't really know. I'm still gonna go with Red Riding Hood on this,
Okay. Follow-up music questions. One, who sings the song "Oh, Little Red Riding Hood"? You know what I'm talking about? Anyone?
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about. I don't know who sings it. Yeah.
Is that Nick Cave?
Tom Waits?
Someone like that.
Like that. Yeah, I'm in my head. I'm hearing Tom Waits, but I have to look it up.
Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs.
Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs. We were so
shout
close.
out. Well, yeah, we were both right. Oh, we were both right.
Mm-hmm.
And then, do you remember? I don't know how old you are, but there was a band called Green Jelly. They had a Three Little Pigs metal song. It was like little pig, let me in.
I don't know the band, but I've heard that song.
And the video was like claymation and
yeah. I don't remember the band, but I do remember that song. Yeah.
Oh man,
what were they called again?
Green Jelly. Because they were Green Jello and they got sued and had to change their name.
Oh, okay. All right, there you go. Wow, Jello said no.
Jello said, Bill Cosby said, "You gotta go to sleep."
He said a lot of things that night, unfortunately.
Oh man. Goldilocks and the Three Bears, huh? When's the last time you ate raisins by themselves?
Do people do that?
Yeah, they do. It's disgusting. I gotta tell you, my mind goes back to being 10 years old and eating my mom forcing me to eat a little box, the box of the raisins.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, probably then. God, that's disgusting. I could have raisins in things.
This is an updated psycho question. To determine if someone is a psycho. They're like, oh
yeah, this is a murderer question.
One raisin every day, on the hour.
I think that even eating a box of raisins, that's a murderer. This is a murderer question. This is a first date question where you're like, what do you think about raisins? What's your deal? I'm like, oh, I can eat a whole box of them shits. That's, you pay the bill and you leave and you erase that number and you just ghost them.
Okay. This is another. Go back. When's the last time, and this might not be on the same page, but had just a glass of white whole milk?
Dairy milk?
Yeah.
Fucking a decade ago.
They don't even sell that in Portland. They're like, you get out of here.
You drink human milk over cow milk here, brother. They don't fuck around. It's so funny because it's
chicken milk.
It's Portland, and then the rest of Oregon, dairy industry is huge here. It's enormous. Tillamook cheese, that shit's everywhere. But no, I can't. Dairy milk can't do it. Cheese can do, but dairy milk, holy heck. But I used to skateboard and come in and just pour myself a big glass of milk.
What?
Holy shit. Oh yeah. When I was a kid, big time.
You know what? Okay. How old are you?
38.
Okay. So we're 40. And you know what's wild is I don't remember like drinking a lot of water. I remember playing all day.
I don't either.
And
never water.
Never water.
I couldn't.
I know I did. I know I did.
If you said to me, like, what do you drink when you came in from playing outside? I would tell you, I'd go through, we did milk for a while. Sobe, like Sobe pina colada, like that thing.
My God.
Yeah, never.
Were you wearing a puka shell necklace while you're drinking Sobe?
Bro, you know I was. I was actually just talking about my puka shell necklace the other day. Yeah, of course I was. Yeah, big time. It was hemp too. It was
Were you like
puka shell and hemp?
I just got done with some what is it called? Paintball.
No, I was a skateboard guy for sure.
Yeah.
I definitely had paintball friends, like you're like no fear friends, like the no fear shirts or whatever. Those guys were psychos always. You know that every kid wearing a no fear shirt in elementary school is in jail right now. Right this second.
I hope.
Yeah, me too. Or and one, remember like and one with the basketball, that guy. Those kids, those were the first kids I knew in juvie for sure. I loved hanging out with those kids. They didn't give a fuck about anything.
Fun fact, Walmart still sells and one branded stuff. I'm probably wearing and one socks right now.
All right, you heard the man. Go out and steal from Walmart. Go steal from the worst corporation in the world and steal and one shit. Maybe we should start bringing that back. My general aesthetic of dressing is like I dress like a bully. I wasn't a bully. I was a really nice kid. So I dressed like the kids that bullied my friends. And one. What about an and one just with a tuck in the front into some Dickies and one t-shirt, front tuck? You're not fucking with that guy.
And some rolled up fucking hems. Boom.
Cuffed hem, dude.
You got a one fold roll. Oh my goodness. Now we're talking. You know what's funny is I still like if I was like, what's your aesthetic? I was like, I'm just an older 90s kid.
Yeah.
Like, I really dug my heels in and stuck to it.
I think I came full circle and just started wearing the stuff I was wearing in high school again. It just fits me better now. Like I understand how to like wear clothes now. You know what I mean? Like
it just fits better.
The pants fit like better.
You're not wearing an extra large when you're literal extra small body.
Yeah, but same clothes. In fact, I wish I had some of those clothes now because that would be, dude. I'd be killing it. But yeah, I think I am too. I think I count myself in your generation. I'm 38, so you were in high school when I was in high school. I think it's kind of like that. We just grasp onto the things that make us happy, and that was a time that we were like maybe happy and stating our style. So, yeah, I think it's come full circle with me. I look like your ex-boyfriend who's now an off-duty trucker. That's kind of my vibe.
With a strap-on hat.
Yeah, a Boston drug dealer that lives in a parking lot, pretty much like a Ben Affleck sort of with a leather jacket and Nikes on sort of vibe. That's kind of where I'm at these days.
It's okay. One time someone asked me about the the target audience of the podcast, and I said, what did I say? I have it written down still. I don't take it. Target audience: 13-year-old punk girls in 1996. That's the target audience of this podcast.
Yeah, because I mean.
But
let's be honest.
Who produces it?
Well, how old, Abby? How old are you in '96?
13, turned 14.
Turning 14.
Boom. That's it.
That's the year Ryan and I met.
Wow, you guys have known each other for that long?
Yeah, best friends forever, bro.
Did you used to be in Florida? Is that what happened? What was going on? Where were y'all? You were in Florida.
Mm-hmm. We grew up in Orlando.
Grew up in O-Town, bro.
We love O-Town, dude.
The scariest place.
It's so pretty wild down there. Orlando is definitely the fuck around and find out city down there for sure. It's party capital down there.
It's very fun. Okay, next question. And this comes from one of our listeners. It's real dumb. I don't even know how to say this. Mild cardiac arrest, you spend one night in the hospital, or arrested for jaywalking and you spend a week in jail.
Oh, would you rather? Okay. Yes.
So heart attack, one night hospital, jaywalking, week in jail.
Jaywalking, week in jail, because listen, that week in jail, I can do push-ups, I can do sit-ups, I can like do I was in a jail cell for like I don't know, 14 hours for something super stupid that ended up getting dropped. And I kept, no, it's not fun. I also had, I walked in with, I was supposed to just like talk to the police, and we know how that ends. So I was wearing gym clothes. So I had flip-flops on and they took them from me. So I was barefoot. So I started doing push-ups and sit-ups, and I was the only one in there. So I started singing like songs, and the guy was like, please shut the fuck up. So I would do that. Man. I would do that because I'd have lots of stories to tell when I
feel like I would go heart attack just to lay down for like 24 hours.
I just feel like that's going to affect me in the long run. And I'm trying to outlive. I'm trying to outlive everyone. Everyone ever. I'm trying to look out over a mountain and everyone I know is dead and be like, I did it. And then
Let me ask both of you guys, because odds are, when do you think you'll have your first heart attack? I've thought about this a lot actually, and I'm like, if I can make it to like 55 or 60 before that first one happened, but then the first one's worse. You almost want to get the first one out of the way. Between 50 and 55.
My dad had three. of them. He's not with us anymore, so I don't think that I want that to happen to me. But I always do fear a heart attack. I'm a very healthy person, but I've done my fair share of damage to my body for sure. That I'm never gonna. I always say things that I do. I do right before I did it. Like I'd be like in my head, I'm like, this is gonna take 15 minutes off the end of my life. Okay, I'm gonna do it anyway. You know what I mean? Like everything is in my head it just gets subtracted off the end of. So I got plenty of stuff to line me up for a heart attack, but I sometimes sit there and if something's happening and I'm like, is this a heart attack? I think this is a heart attack.
I'm feeling it right now, to be honest with you. I'm like, oh, my chest hurts, but I just ate a bunch of pizza.
Sometimes when I eat something spicy, I'm like, this is a heart attack. This is how it starts. My hand's numb.
Abby, what about you? You think you're going to have a heart attack?
Well, they're a lot more rare for women is the first thing you have to know.
I thought heart disease was more prevalent in women.
Well, maybe disease, but the actual
heart attack
of a stroke or heart attack are a lot more rare for women.
Devils. Man.
And so I'm gonna play the odds and say I'm not.
Unless you're on the roof shoveling snow and something backfires on you.
That is possible. I fell down the stairs yesterday, did some damage.
No, she's not gonna have a heart attack. She's gonna break her neck, and that's gonna be the way she goes.
I slipped on the ice and through a series of events ended up under the car today.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, I will break myself. I'm very clumsy. I regularly walk into things that haven't moved in 10 years.
I understand that. I understand that a lot. I'll kick something and be like, when did that get there? It was funny. I got, like I said, mentioned earlier, I got into a car accident a couple of years ago. And so it was all, my vision was damaged. That's what was like the most. I had a concussion and I lost like all my like peripheral vision from down like below. So I kick my dog several times. I'd stub my toe on everything. And I'm like, God damn it. I got it all back now. But my wife, after a while, just had to like laugh. And I ran into so many things. I'd be like, why did we put this here? She's like, 2 years ago? And I'm like, yes. So yeah, that was me for a while, putting around, just running into everything.
Oh, I hope none of us have heart attacks.
I hope none of us do. I hope none of us have none of us break our necks shoveling snow off of our roofs. Whoever might do that, I hope that doesn't happen for anybody.
I would like to think of like cocaine as training your heart to be stronger later in life.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm definitely not gonna have a heart attack then. That's sick. Sounds fucking so good. Tough.
I feel like it also is gonna depend on what it was cut with.
Right, exactly. Because then depending on what it's cut with, it's leading to the heart attack. You know what I'm saying?
Only the finest. It's organic. It was organic. It was.
Well, if it's in Portland, it's artisanal. You know, free range. Cocaine.
I'm so happy you went with that joke. If you could, this is an Abby question. If you could delete one song from existence to never be heard from again, what song would it be?
B-52s It says Peg as a wow. That song sucks. The BB2 suck.
Love Shack.
That's Love Shack.
Love Shack. Yeah, that song sucks. And I'm doing a favor of everybody that's ever had a wedding in their entire life. So there you go. You don't need to do it anymore. We're done with that one.
I feel like that's been replaced by the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh no, actually,
Mazel Tov.
Actually, I take it back. B-52s, do your thing. I wish the whole discography of Black Eyed Peas was never a thing before. I don't know how deep you go on Black Eyed Peas, but they were like a rap group before Fergie.
Yes.
And they were awesome. They were on the show called Lyricist Lounge.
Yes, I remember this. Yeah.
I went to a Lyricist Lounge tour when I was in high school. I saw Common and Mos Def and the Black Eyed Peas. And now, so retract my answer. B-52s, I'm so sorry. Do your thing. Black Eyed Peas with Fergie, all of it's got to go.
Their song. Is this correct? I have this memory. That's the joint. That's the jam. Turn that shit up and do it again. Is that them?
That's them.
I'm asking. I'm not trying to be a music.
No, that's them. That's them.
That's the joint. That was the.
No, wait. Is that? It's someone in that world, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I was so disappointed when I saw them and was like, wow. Remember Lyricist Lounge? Only old ones would remember that. So
the song is literally called Joints and Jam.
Yes,
nice.
By Black Eyed Peas.
You did it. You were right, dude. You were right.
A golden god.
I want to know what song Ryan would delete. You never answered.
Yeah, Ryan.
Honestly, my instinct.
Oh, I know. I think I know it.
Is You Can Call Me Al.
Yes, nailed it.
By
my head.
Paul Simon.
Paul Simon's one of my favorite artists of all time. I love
Paul Simon.
You don't like that song?
I don't like the song, the video. I just but I'll be honest with you.
The video's weird.
I'll be honest with you, the second one would be, and this is no like bias now, is I don't know if it's just Fergie or if it's Black Eyed Peas, where it's my lumps, my lovely lady lumps.
Check it out. That's
can go.
Fergie. Yeah, that's how
can go.
Fergie can go in general.
Yeah, crazy. She can go. Fuck her.
I just happen to be a huge Paul Simon fan, and nobody is. That doesn't happen. Nobody's.
I saw Paul Simon in Portland.
I saw him in Boston, but that's amazing. When did you see him? How old were you?
This was honestly not that long ago. Maybe like 8 years, maybe 7-8 years ago.
Amazing. Wow.
So much fun. Yeah.
Yeah, Paul Simon's the best. I saw him when I was like 8 years old. It was a hell of a time. That Great Stand's like my favorite record of all time. Yeah, love the guy. My wife's gonna get in this car right now. She's can't hear anything that's going on, but she's gonna get in the car. Just so you know. Go ahead. She disappeared. I don't see her anymore.
Sure she is.
Yeah, my wife's getting in the car.
My wife.
Yes, Borat voice. My wife is getting in the car.
That's so dumb. Yeah. I regret doing that. We have a couple more questions. One, because you said Western in describing your music. We've seen it a couple places on the internet. What's your favorite Western film? And we will judge you on this.
Ooh, okay. So I'm
not to your face. We'll do it after. But
yeah, for sure. I am a big fan of modern Westerns. I grew up on old Westerns. I love some John Wayne stuff, but I really like Dirty Harry is like the kind of stuff that like I'm like, ooh, okay, here we go. So I like cinema a lot. I think that my favorite Western, and it's newer-ish, I guess, is No Country for Old Men. I think that is like it's a true almost Western whodunit. It's got a slow pace to it. It respects the the grittiness and toughness of Westerns of old. And I think it's probably my favorite movie of all time in general.
It's a perfect film. It is
it's an incredible film. The score, I mean, visually it's the most stunning, ever. I've been doing video and photo stuff since I was in high school, and that movie when it came out was like jump started my ass to get back into video stuff. Like, not even gonna lie, just like fuck, this is stunning. And you got the cast is Josh Brolin, Tommy Lee Jones, Javier Bardem, like the coin flip thing. I mean, just perfect. So that's my favorite.
That's a fantastic answer, my man. We would have taken anything. The judgment thing was, we would have taken City Slickers. I must point out though, you're so Portland. You're like, I love cinema.
I love cinema. Well, I think it is Portland of me to say.
I'll just tease.
My growing up when I went to school, I had like 6 TV production classes. Like I just kind of was like, nice. They give you camera, they give you.
I loved it as a kid.
Yeah, and also they were allowing my like band to like play and bands. We had a variety show with like, it was like half Jackass meets like a band playing like a news segment, like kind of like Eric Andre has done. But this is back in the day where none of this was
coming
real.
Back too.
And it was all reel to reel and stuff like that. So yeah, that show was like something I like did. Like Eric Andre show is the closest thing to my variety show in high school that I did. Just like stupid shit with your friends, you know?
Absolutely.
So I was always around, like, you know, if you're shooting, we're shooting film, you know, if you can film, but if we're not shooting on film, it's digital. You don't call it filming, you call it shooting. He was such a, like, my teacher was Mr. Leonard, was just the boss. He was just the fucking dude. I wish I could find, I don't know if it's alive or anything, but I'm doing all that stuff for my career now. So I think I'm making Mr. Leonard very proud being into cinema.
Oh, shout out to Mr. Leonard. He's a big
Mr.
listener.
Leonard, dude. Yeah, He's Mr. Leonard,
big listener.
Big fan. He's actually a 13-year-old girl from 97.
Oh, perfect.
He's the demo. It's the demo is what we want.
Yeah, that's our demographic.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay, Abby's favorite question. Do you follow us on Instagram?
I think I just started to, yeah.
Well, let's see about that.
If I don't, I'll follow you guys because your podcast is great.
What's yours?
What, my podcast?
No, your Instagram.
Just Davey Muise, just my name.
And then what's the band?
Hematite.inc.
No, this isn't you. There's a photographer.
That's me.
That's you?
Yeah, it's what I do for a living.
He just spent all this time saying that he did these.
You know, Abby, thank you for listening to me and just being.
I thought it was cinema.
Oh,
yeah, no, I do photography and videography. That's what I do for like outside of music. And I kind of did it all. Started with it's always been integrated. You know, the one's been in front of the other and vice versa. So
there you go. Follow Davey.
But he
Muise.
was gonna say nice things about our podcast, so stop talking for him.
Yeah, so I started with. By the way, I started with episode 1. I went all the way back, episode 1.
Wow.
And then I did. Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys hit a stride, and yeah, it's just nice. It's like I'm a big podcast guy. Love it. My favorite is. I mean, it's kind of an obvious one, but I really love Armchair Expert because they're just a good conversationalist, and you guys are also, you have great funny questions that it's great. It's great. I previewed it before Tori sent it, and I was like, I'll do everything. And then I was like, well, let's say we'll do everything. I'll do almost everything. And I listened to it. I was like, this sounds great. This sounds like 2 people who are friends hanging out together, talking about nothing you ask is like eye rolly of like, again, that one. Like you start, what was the first question you asked me? That was like the greatest question I've ever been asked.
It was the hem of your
pants.
Good Lord, dude. You can do a whole podcast on the hems of pants and different personalities based on that alone. Oh
man, that means the world to us. Thank you. And we are just, we want to be friends with our famous musicians. The questions, I was just saying this, some of the questions are a device to break down the wall to facilitate the conversation. That's it.
I love it. It's so good.
So yeah, dude, this has been so much fun, but I have 2 of the most important questions. Thank you.
Yeah, let's get after it.
And thank you for listening, man. That's incredible.
Yeah, you guys are in my rotation now. You also have people on that I've never heard of. I hadn't heard of so many people, and then after I listened, I felt stupid because now they're like normal, like their bands or their music is like normal. I'm like, oh, okay. I feel dumb. So it's also a good source to learn about new artists too.
Yeah, dude, man. Can you keep going? Can you move in?
You guys want to start a podcast?
Do you want to get an apartment together?
Yeah, dude. We just became best friends, all 3 of us.
Can we get a trampoline?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I'll train with you. I'll play tennis with you. I play tennis.
I would love it, brother. I would love it.
I play tennis. Where am I? I'm so flustered. Man, I'm like blushing.
He's verklempt.
Yes, there you go.
Blushing.
Look at your Yiddish. I love it. Look at your Yiddish. It's almost Passover, people. Here we go.
It's coming up.
Okay. What musician, live or dead, would you want to bother?
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like there's so many. Let me get a good one here.
It's a tough one. We understand.
It really is, because dead is like, okay, I have so many questions about things that, I'm going to go for, I was actually just having a conversation about this recently. I'm going to go for one of the most beautiful introverted artists that we lost too soon. I would like to talk to Lane Staley and like get in his head and really understand. He's such a misunderstood human being. And for a frontman, like, you think frontmen are people like me who just want to fucking talk and all this other shit. But he was just truly an artist that was pained and had to leave the earth. And I would love to sit down and chit chat a little bit and talk about some of the stuff behind some of the lyrics and, get his take on how he feels about Alice in Chains now. And, you know what I mean? Like, just the whole.
Yeah, dude. That's a great answer.
Thing.
That's so fabulous.
Yeah.
I feel like bow to that answer.
You know what I really, 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 really want to know most of all is, I don't know if you guys ever were into the MTV Unplugged, but
of course.
Shit, man. And the Chains one, dude, there's a moment where I believe that he like sees his own death. There's a moment where he like, the guitar rings out and he looks, it's crazy. And I want to be like, where were you during that? Probably stoned, but just a beautiful man gone too soon. Him and also Chris Cornell. I would love to.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I was crushed.
We visited him when we went to LA.
Oh, amazing. That's amazing. I have a crazy Chris Cornell story if I can tell it real quick.
Yes, please.
So
who would cut you off? Wait, hold on. Who would be like, nope, we're good. See you later.
This is crazy, and I don't know if it's true, but I'm putting a couple things together. Long story short, a buddy of mine is, and I'm not gonna say the band just because I'm not trying to name drop, and also I think I'm putting like it together this way because that's what I saw. But a buddy of mine, he's in a pretty awesome band that I really fucking love, and a grunge band, 90s band, and we were in LA. Vanna was in LA touring, and he wanted to come out and see us. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll put you on the guest list." And he's like, "Oh, can you put me on +1? I'm in the studio with a buddy, and I'll come after the studio to come see you." Long story short, like, he's like, "I'm recording this thing." Long story short, he doesn't show up. He's like, "Oh, put me on the list for the after party +1. I'll be there for that." Text me like into the after party. He was like, "Hey brother, like, we're just getting wrapped." I'm like, "Dude, don't even worry about it. Like, I'll see you another time. It's all good." And then on his Instagram the next day, he posts footage and was like, "Hell of a session last night with my brother." And it was Chris Cornell. And I was like, "Was your +1 Chris Cornell? Was that your +1 to the show? Is that what it was?" So it was a kind of crazy, little almost happened. Almost got to meet the man. But yeah,
I have to ask, did you go, you were like, "Oh, it's all good, man. Don't even worry about it." And then you find out who it was. You're like, "Where the fuck were you, bro? Like, you were supposed to be there."
Dude, it's funny because like I love the dude's band so much, and now we've been friends for a while now, so it's like it's kind of normal to me, but it wasn't very normal for me to like talk to this guy. And I'm like, why the fuck does this guy like me so much? And he's a really good friend now. He's a solid dude. I've gotten to photograph his band now, and in my later years in the career. So, but yeah, holy shit. I was like, I was in the band van, and I was like, "That's Chris Cornell, right?" And they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I think that was our buddy Chris's +1 last night if they had come." Which having our buddy Chris there would have been fucking amazing, but having then Chris Cornell, like, the whole thing would have been crazy. So,
man, that's giving me like 10 degrees of FOMO. Like,
and I was still a couple degrees off, but at least I was there. I was sort of in the wheelhouse there.
All right. Well, I don't even know how to follow that, but we will. What's next for Davey Muise, for Hematite? What's going on? Drop some knowledge.
So, we're releasing this record, Speak of the Devil. It's just a 5-song EP. We're just going to put it out. It comes out in the end of the month. We're going to be playing our first show actually in April. here in Portland. So April 14th, we're playing with this great artist, Schaefer James, like an indie folk guy. He's coming to Portland, so we're going to be opening up his show here. I think we're going to try to hit some live gigs this summer. We got a couple things planned and a couple fingers crossed for some cool opportunities. I think Andrew and I both have done a lot in our old bands, and you kind of cross a bucket list off and you kind of make a new one. I think I'm just kind of looking to get back to basics. I haven't played a show in like 4 years. So this will be my first one in a while. And, I've been making all the visuals. We have a bunch of music videos out, and it's been fun to do the visuals and stuff. Me and my wife actually do them together. She's an incredible photographer and videographer as well. And she just does it as a hobby, and she's fucking almost better than me. So doing a lot of that stuff. We're going to go and be recording pretty soon a new single. And as far as anything else, man, I'm just living out in Oregon, and I'm shooting photos and making music videos and still immersing myself in that. I'm real happy that live music is back in a big way. Portland's a great live city, so I get to see, a lot of buddies and a lot of really great stuff coming up soon. I'm going to go see Sheryl Crow.
Yes.
And shoot a festival that Sheryl Crow is playing in Central Oregon. It's a lot of people. Zach Bryan, Sheryl Crow, Migo the Devil.
Love him.
Yeah. Fingers crossed I'm going to shoot that whole gig. But I'm going to go see Sheryl Crow, which is going to be pretty incredible. Just, happy to be able to, mix the two things I love. I get to shoot a lot of live music, which is great. I just got finished with my Evanescence shoot that I did, and I'm working on my Alice in Chains one. I got to shoot Korn this year, so I've got to shoot a lot of like bands that I really loved growing up. I get to it's funny to stand there, even though I've done the touring thing and all that kind of stuff. It's funny to stand there and backstage and be like, oh, you're whatever's friend, or like, hey, how's it going? I'm whomever, and to meet these people and have it to be no big deal, shake their hand and be like, hi, Gavin Rossdale, nice to meet you. Cool. I'm gonna shoot your band today. Oh, cool, man, it's great. I'm gonna act like I didn't love your band and still love your band, and I'm low-key in love with you. I'm gonna act like none of that is real, and I'm just gonna be cool and shoot your photo on stage. So it's been really cool and humbling to be able to get to connect with some of the bands that I love the most in a different kind of medium, you know what I mean? In a different art form that I get to use.
That's why we do this podcast.
Right. Totally. Because I think that, I am going to be who I am no matter what, and touring in Vanna for 10 years and then having that end, that's not the end of my, life in music. That's, that was just 10 years of it. There's more to go. And the fact that I get to reconnect with my friends and bands I've looked up to through photography and videography is it's a different vibe, but it's so cool. And I feel very lucky that I get to do it. So, and then on the other side of the sword, I work really hard to do it too. So, lots of video, lots of photo, and lots more music coming up. I feel like in a way I'm kind of coming back to life in a real big way. And this is, sitting here and chatting with, folks like you is something I absolutely love to do. So I'm happy to be able to get the chance to do all the things I get to do and still be alive on this crazy earth.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Nothing more to say, right? That's it. Perfect. Nailed it.
Fucking A. Dude, this has been so much fun, man. That's how we're going to end it too, dude.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Yeah, this has been great.
Down in a bar in a small